Hello guys, and welcome to the next episode of our FTB Let's Play. So, this episode I want to talk about a few things I've added to the pack. So I believe the mod is called Extra Tick, and what it does is it actually allows you to have a bunch of different things. For example, like the Amulist Arrowhead, the Darkwood Arrowhead, the Fairy Pickaxe Head, like fused with battle signs. Pretty cool stuff, right? So I thought that mod looked pretty cool, so I thought, I'll add it to the pack. Another mod I've added to it is, I believe it's called Iguana Tweaks. It doesn't actually add anything, but I believe I can show you an example of it on... Hang on, just let me go back to my base a second. I believe I can show you an example of what it does by... Oh yeah, I found an extra chest here just for additional storage. For example, this diamond pickaxe is talking about mining thing. It's can be used for crafting. That's part of Iguana Tweaks. And these tools, these are my old tools in here. I've not abandoned my own old tools. These ones, honestly, you have no idea of how long it's taken me to actually get these, because it basically has a leveling system inside it, so I can see like skill level master, which you get from just attacking mobs and whatever. So I can see it randomly adds modifiers sometimes. So I can see I've got a mod anti-spider, which is bane of arthropods, and I've got moss, which is auto repair, smite, lapis, and blaze. So I believe we can also replace pickaxe head. So say I could replace this cobalt with manulin. But one of the bonuses with the skill level is sometimes it can give you an additional mining level, and in this case that has granted me access to manulin at a cobalt level. And cobalt is quicker, so I thought I'll stick with cobalt. But manulin also has a 50% extra durability, but I thought we didn't really need that either, because I just put loads of reinforced on it. And I believe if you get to reinforce 10, you can get an Indus pickaxe, which I want to get, but God knows how long it'll take me to get it. So I've got a cobalt pickaxe head. So I said about replacing the pickaxe head, so I start off with flint, then like sort of worked my way up. Got an obsidian binding and a cobalt tool rod, which I thought gave a pretty good handle modifier, and also gave reinforced too, so I thought I'll go with that. The sword has a slimy tool rod, a cactus wide guard, and a manulin sword blade. Pretty cool. I know this guy has some stuff that got added to it, like it got fiery, smite got added, lapis. In fact, while I'm here, lapis did actually get added to it, but I never actually maxed it out. I did on the pickaxe, because I believe you get about 100 levels of lapis, like 100 on to start on there. Well, that's what I get anyway when I first got it, when it first leveled up. So I'm just going to make one more block of lapis. Hopefully 35 bucks should be enough, right? To be able to put my looting all the way up to 450. Let's see, we're already at 317. 407. 434. Oh, just a little bit short, but I'm just going to take it up with regular lapis. But yeah guys, definitely, like, if you play with this pack, I definitely recommend going and checking out those two mods. Extra Tick, I believe it's called, yeah, Extra Tick. I definitely recommend you getting that, and also Iguana Tweaks, which I'm going to leave a link in the description actually to where you can actually go and find those mods, so you can install them on the Dive 20 pack if you wish. Well, they might be getting added to the future, as I am using 1.03 version of the pack at the minute, which is the latest version. So this episode I want to solve an issue that I've been having pretty recently actually, because... Well, not recently actually, it's been happening sort of all the way through the Let's Play really, But it's time I think we upgraded storage, and I have actually been temporarily solving that by adding more chests. Basically, we've come to a point where we really need a more advanced system. I mean, I think this is episode 18 of the Let's Play. So I think at that point we really need to get started with a mod called Applied Energistics. Yep, you heard me right, Applied Energistics. So this is a mod which is, if not really used it before, then you're definitely in for a treat with me using this mod. And guys, I'll be right back. Okay, we are back guys, so I believe the first thing we're going to need to get is an ME drive. An ME drive is what we're going to use to store all of our stuff in, but it's pretty expensive. It requires these processors which are inscribers, and I believe we actually have these presses which you get from the centre of meteorites in like a little skystone chest. Don't we? If not, I will have to go on a hunt for some, which would be a bit of a pain. So we've got silicon, logic and engineering. I believe there's one more press we need. Yeah, I can see all of our ingots are getting like stacked in there. It's becoming like a bit of a hassle, to be honest. So, in fact, what other inscriber? What? Oh, there we go. So we need the, is it the calculation? The name one we don't really need, but I believe it's the calculation one we need. Do we not have calculation? Let's have a quick look through here. I'm sure we did. I did pick them all up. But if not, I will go and find some. Okay guys, oh, here it is. It is in here. So we need to make an inscribe, which is just some sticky pistons, a flux crystal and some iron. And these guys aren't too bad. You see to drop charged citrus quartz, nether quartz and redstone into a puddle next to one another and wait a moment to receive 2 flux crystals. So we need 2 charged citrus quartz. In fact, you know, I'll maybe get, I don't know, maybe about 8. It said it needed some redstone, so we'll get a little bit of redstone. And I believe the other one was nether quartz, wasn't it? Was it nether quartz? Nether quartz, but it looks like we're a tad short on nether quartz. But I believe we have all these blocks. When I was putting sharpness on my sword, because that was far away, you can't actually see what's underneath it. It was manulin and quartz. If you're wondering what it looked like before, it randomly got this aspect. So I am gonna sag mill this. You gonna sag mill? Yeah, there we go. It's actually behaving. And where's a puddle of water? Actually, I need a little bit more, actually. Where's the sag mill? Oh. Whoopsie daisy. Oh, I've got 36. Only meant to get 8, but oh well. Also, I believe like iron shovels and stuff don't really work either. So literally it forces you to use Tinker's tools. Which I can't say I like. It's a bit of a pain. So like, I believe if we throw these in here, there's like some spark and stuff happening. And there we go. Now, we have 16 flux crystals. And we've also got an achievement on natural. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to chuck those away in there. And pistons, they just require some cobble, wood and redstone. I believe we're a little bit low on wood though. Ooh, very low on wood for that fact. We don't actually have any way of chopping down trees, so I think what I'm going to do now, slightly off topic a little bit, but I'm going to make a lumber axe. So we do a large plate, a head, and some stuff. So you know what I'm going to need is a tough rod, tough binding, and for the heads I'm actually going to use obsidian. Let's see, where's the There it is. There's the broad axe. And what else was it we needed? Well, large plate, but we already have that. So what I'm going to do now is go and make some casts. Now, do I have any cobble? I believe I have some in here. So I need to make this guy. The thing is, stone can't actually be used. It's like the only use for this is crafting, which is another iguana tweaks thing. So I'm just going to get some aluminium brass, put it there, and get a cast going. As I figured, I might as well use obsidian, because I have so much of it from when I was putting the reinforcement stuff on this pick. Things that I believe if you get the download, which I was talking about, which we'll get to episode 20, you might actually have to sort this out, this slight issue that you're going to have about these tools, because I'm not 100% sure whether they'll be compatible without iguana tweaks and extra TIC. So you'll have to find that out for yourselves, as unfortunately I don't have the answer. So I am going to have a break here, and once I have made this obsidian lumber axe, and I've actually got the materials to make it, I'll be right back, and I'll be able to show you what it does as well. Okay guys, so I'm going to call this the plum axe. Plum axe 1. Now I've actually had to use Certus quartz for the actual tool rod, because wood, for some reason, wouldn't work. I had some material but Certus quartz, not something, and I thought, hey, you know, we've got an abundance of that, so I'll use that. There's lumber axe, if you don't already know what it does. Again, I think you're in for a treat with this. So the skill level, I can sort of demonstrate this by doing this. So you can see skill XP 666 to level up. So what we can do is literally just go around and see it basically is like the timber mod. Well, not timber mod. I think it's like tree. I don't know what it's called actually. Like capacitator or something. Capacitor. It was or timber mod. Yeah, they basically were the same thing. But it's basically that. So you chop down the bottom log of a tree, and it chops the entire tree down. Now if you ask me, that is a pretty good way to chop down trees. So what I'm going to do guys, I'm going to get pretty close to leveling up this tool, and then I'm going to demonstrate to you what it does when you actually level it up. So I'll be right back to demonstrate this to you guys. Okay guys, so I can see my skill XP is at 660, and I believe chopping down another tree or two should actually level me up. So there you go, as you feel comfortable holding it, you spin it around and flourish, you notice there's room for improvement. So there you go, I've actually now got another slot for a modifier, so now I've got one modifier remaining, and it's also given me one entire slot of haste. So I believe this guy should be, yeah, he's actually quite a bit quicker now, which is pretty awesome. So that's basically how the leveling system works. So you can see now my skill level is comfortable as opposed to clumsy, which is what it was at before. And my pick, and these guys are both at master, which honestly guys, it took me a lot longer than you can probably imagine it took me. In fact, the sword I literally just went around in caves and just killed a bunch of mobs, which was very difficult. And the pick, it took me a very long while, but literally this entire area I mined out with a pick. And I did some other things like strip mining all down there with this pickaxe, just to get it to master, which I thought was pretty cool. So now we have a lot of wood, I would assume. Yeah, we've got lots of, in fact, I'll just take, do I have any planks? Oh, there they are. And I also need a little bit of cobble. Any cobble around here? I only need one stack. So, this is an update as well. Our quarry has actually got pretty far down. It's working perfectly, getting me lots of wood and stuff. So I'm gonna get some iron and some redstone. And that's one of those, and I believe it's inscriber. Oh no, we haven't got sticky pistons. There should be some slime around here. Luckily there is. It's killing a few slimes in a cave. Alright, so now we've got the inscriber, let's look at a ME drive. So this guy requires some iron, and it also requires some of these processors. So what we need first is, I'm actually just going to get all of the presses, and I know we're going to need a few diamonds, and we also going to need some silicon. And I believe this guy can be plugged into this sort of power. Maybe? No? Yeah, I'll just stick him there. You don't wanna... Oh, there we go. There, some power. And what sort is it? Well, to be honest, it probably would be easy having it upstairs. But, meh, it's fine. Let's see. So it requires diamond with an engineering processor. I believe you can put some like acceleration cards and stuff in here. There you go. So now we need a couple of these guys, and I think you actually can use the silicon, if I'm mistaken. So I'm just going to stick these guys in here. And where is some silicon? Hey, maybe? Yeah, there we go. I hope this sort of silicon works. Let's see, and I'm going to need the silicon press with some silicon. Yeah, there we go. So that works. We also need to do that with some redstone, which we actually have on our player. Not really a silicon press though. I believe it's we need that guy and that guy with one of these guys, and that should make the calculation processor that we need, or engineering processor even. So it doesn't really matter what way around you put these, and this is going to make us those engineering processors that we actually needed. Now we need some ME cable, which is actually some quartz fiber, which is just some Certus quartz dust, and some glass. And I believe the way you get that is... Actually, I'm just going to go for a sleep. Usually it's a little bit rainy outside, should we say. And do we have any glass? Could be a pretty big question. Not too much, to be honest. So I'm going to use that, and I believe Certus quartz dust... I think you make grindstone, but I think it can actually be achieved with not charged Certus quartz, just some regular Certus quartz. In the sag mill, maybe? Are you gonna work? Yeah, there you go. Certus quartz dust. Let's get some of that quartz fiber, and let's make those. And then I believe that's for an ME drive. Now this guy, I don't believe, like, he can't really get power from like this directly. What we're going to need to get is something called an energy acceptor. And an energy acceptor is some quartz glass, some iron, and a flux crystal. And this quartz glass is achieved when you... It looks like when Certus quartz dust and some glass. And we are making Certus quartz, and we have some glass on our player. So that shouldn't be too hard of a task to do. Let's see, quartz glass, and can we make this guy? There we go, so an energy acceptor. So I don't know exactly where I want to put this system, applied energistics system. I don't want to like make myself like another room for it. You know, I might do that actually. That might be not too bad of an idea. I don't know exactly where I want to put it though. Before I do all this though, I want to see how many energy cables I actually have. Do I have many energy cables? 4. So I've got a bit of a plan, because obviously I want to be able to access the system upstairs. So what I think I'm going to do is just say about here. I'm going to dig in a little bit, and I'm going to dig in with my hammer. A cool, nifty area. Light up this place a little bit, and if I dig through here, oh, wrong block. Let's fill that in with some cobble temporarily. I'm going to thread this guy. Ah, oh, wrong side. Again, I derped. Derpy, derpy, derpy. And we're back, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to thread this guy through here. I'm going to put this into the energy acceptor. So this guy is hopefully going to get some RF in there. Yep, maybe. Well, I can only really assume that he's getting some RF. Although Whaler isn't directly telling me he is. So to be honest, I am not 100% sure myself. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this guy next to him, which is actually the storage. Well, it's what we're going to use to house all of our drives in applied energistics. But now let's make it look a bit nice. Put some torches there. And also, I'm actually just going to go into this chest and actually just take out some of the items in my inventory I don't really need. I don't really think I'll be needing that much more, all the cobblestone. So the next thing I want to get is a terminal. Because for now, we're really just going to have a basic applied energetic system. So what we're going to need is first an illumination panel, which is just some quartz glass, which again is pretty simple to make. Did I get rid of my... No, I didn't. There it is. And I believe we need some redstone and some glowstone, which shouldn't be too hard to get. In fact, how much was it though? Okay, so it requires a couple of bits of glowstone. Not too hard to make. Okay, so now we have some illumination panels. Now we need to get a logic processor, which is, I believe, is just gold. Not too hard to make. I'll just keep a stack on me. Actually, I'll just put my energy conduit away. Right, so I'm going to put gold in there and a logic processor. And a piece of silicon. And that will make us the logic processor that we need, hopefully. Then just put in that and that there with some redstone. That's going to make us that logic processor that we needed. Nice. So, you know, I can't really access that chest, so I'm going to chuck that in there. Oh, where did I get this cinnabar from? I have no idea. So now we have made our logic processor. I'm also need a calculation processor for the so that requires a piece of, well, does it have to be pure Certus quartz? Well, I guess we can lay off on that for a little bit. Now we use these formation cores and the annihilation cores. And they are logic processors, so I'm going to need a couple more of these. So we need a couple more of those logic processors, some fluix dust, and some nether quartz by the looks of it. Now I'm going to throw some silicon in there with the silicon press. The inscriber really is like a bit of a pain to use manually. So I'm pretty happy that there are machines in Applied Energistics that can autocraft for us. Yeah, if you didn't know there's autocrafting in Applied Energistics, pretty cool. There you go, that's some of those, and I also need to grind up some of my fluix crystals by the looks of it. And also get a little bit of nether quartz. And we should have plenty of those. It'll be in here, I think. Alright, so, but you know, that requires a Certus quartz. So yeah, I'm gonna put one of those back. And retrieve one of those. Let's see, formation core and annihilation. There we go. So I believe we now can make the ME terminal. Can we not make the ME terminal? I'll just try it. And what are we missing here? Oh, we're missing a logic processor. I thought we. Oh, there it is. That's what we're missing. Derp. Right. So the ME terminal. What you can do is I'm gonna get this ME cable and I'm actually gonna stick it there and put that there. So this is basically a terminal where we can interface with items in an Applied Energistics system. Problem is, we have nowhere to store them. So what we're gonna need is some drives. Are they called drives? No, they're called storage cells. Here we are. So they're spatial ones, but what we're going to need is, I believe we should probably start with some 4Ks. So they require some calculation processors, lots of 1Ks, and 1Ks are lots of logic processors. So what I'm going to do, guys, is go off camera a second, make quite a few more of these processors, these storage cells, and the housing. The housing is pretty cheap, so I can do a lot of this off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I've crafted myself some of these 4K storage ME cells. So what I'm gonna do is throw them in this drive. So I believe now, as you can see, they have actually lit up green. So I can now store stuff inside the system. Pretty cool, right? So this is basically a terminal where we can interface, so I can store stuff in here. And I can see it's going to the first drive, one of 64 types. So you can store 64 types of items in there, which is pretty cool. So what I can do now with this system is basically I can store all of my items in there as opposed to having a big room of chests. Now if you ask me, that really is cool. But one thing I'm going to have to make to do that, to make it quick anyway, is an import bus. And these are annihilation cores, sticky pistons. Yeah, so they're not too shabby, not too hard to make anyways. I believe my wood is in here. 1, 2, 3. I'll get some cobblestone. Although it does need to be a sticky piston, so I'll get slime ball. And on here I'm about to get the rest of the crafting components, which is a couple more iron ingots and that annihilation pane. Wait, no, annihilation core. Why do I keep calling them panes? No idea. So I'm going to go downstairs, get a little bit of cobblestone. There's like cobblestone barrel is probably going to get filled up pretty quickly by our quarry. I believe the quarry is still working, although it does sometimes have these issues where it doesn't... Oh, there you go, so it's fixed itself now. And as you know, excess cobble gets deposited into the trash can. So I'm now going to make myself a piston. Why am I trying to do that? I need to make myself a regular piston first. Then make it sticky. Make an input bus. So this guy is pretty cool to say the least. So you know, I'm not just going to dump that a second. I believe we have a luggage upstairs, don't we? Oh yeah, and I also got a zombie trophy from what I was doing. So this is what happens when you install the iguana tweaks. After you've made some tools, so it'll say it has incorrect data. Just to get that out there. I think I failed to mention that earlier on in the episode. But why is there a... I thought I made 4 of these, and I was like, where's the 4th one gone? I was like, oh, maybe I made 3. But, yeah. Stick that in there. So I need to get myself a dolly. Any dollies in here? Maybe a couple of dollies anywhere? I'm pretty sure there's some dollies over at this side, over here. Well, I guess not. I'll make myself one then. If I can actually spell dolly correctly. The diamond one, I don't really know what advantage it really gives you, so I never really bothered. So it's just a wooden plank and some iron. And I'm going to show you guys what the actual import bus does. Okay, we are back. Sorry about that, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dump this chest here, and actually no, I'm not going to dump it there, I'm going to dump it there. And these are multi-parts, so I'm going to put an input bus there. And what an input bus will do is if I just brick the block under there, or above that, it'll basically take all the items out of here and put them into the system. It'll put them into the system, basically. Now, I believe, though, because I'm doing this, it'll probably send our system up here a bit haywire. I'm like, whoa, where's all the storage going? So our system's probably going to backlog up a bit in here. I suppose this chest is going to get very full of items very quickly. So what I'm going to have to do is basically reroute all of those items into the AE system. But I believe all of these have higher priority, so I'm going to set priority 0, go to the applied Energistics system, which would be all the usual stuff. But I believe this process is pretty slow, right? So what I can do is get these things called acceleration cards, which is an advanced card, which is a calculation processor, which is a printed circuit, which, I guess we can't really make those, because they require pure Certus quartz crystals, and these require Certus quartz seeds, made from dust and sand into a puddle of water. Yeah, but the thing is, they are pretty expensive, just to say the least. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Well, not expensive, but they just take ages to actually make. So I'm going to get myself some sand. Actually, no, I'll just probably get about half a stack. Or actually, I'll get as many as I can, to be honest. It's just a matter of seeing how many Certus quartz dust we have. Not too many. So they go 38, not too shabby. And these guys, if I just get myself a bucket and find myself a body of water, and I'm going to use this, well, then I'm actually going to put this inside the applied Energistics system. Well, room anyway. So I'm going to put it there. And this is a pretty slow process, but basically, actually it says there, this item will not be spawned. So you throw it into water, and these guys will then start working. Well, actually, I don't know if you have to throw them in as a stack, or just throw them all in individually. I think you have to put them all in individually, to be honest. So there you go. And they'll start sitting in there, doing their thing, and those will make us some pure Certus quartz crystals. And you can also do that with nether quartz crystals and stuff like that. So thank you for watching this episode of Feed the Beast. Hope you have enjoyed watching me do this. And, ooh, I believe... let's get my dolly. Because what I'm going to do now is, basically, with all of these chests, I'm going to have to basically nick them from upstairs and then put them downstairs. And off camera, I believe I'll sort the system to actually put items here. Because I've already shown you guys how to do it, so it's not really like I need to do a tutorial on it. So thank you for watching, guys. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Next episode, we will be going over applied Energistics and how it works and sort of the storage of it. But at the minute, you get a basic idea. So thank you for watching, guys. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Bye from the Sea Caps.